Hi guys, we're a group from Science NHS and today we're going to be using birdseed to show you how species become different from one another. But before we start the experiment, here's a quick safety warning.
Make sure you have an adult help you with this experiment and do it outside, and don't throw your materials at other people. Make sure you use birdseed that doesn't have rice in it because rice can be bad for birds. You can use trail mix as an alternative to birdseed, but make sure it doesn't have chocolate in it because that can also be bad for birds.
This experiment will show how species become different from one another. When two groups of animals don't live near each other, they become more and more different because they're not mixing with one another and having babies.
Let's get our materials together. First, we're going to need 5 paper bowls. Next up, we're going to need a couple of handfuls of birdseed. We're also going to need a tape measure or a meter stick. Finally, we're going to need a flat, open outdoor space, such as your yard.
Set your bowls up in a straight line in front of you, 1 meter apart. Stand 1 meter in front of the first bowl. Take 1 handful of birdseed and throw it, trying to aim for as many bowls as possible. And repeat this until you have used all of your birdseed.
Once that is done, take each type of bowl and count how many different types of seeds there are, pretending each different type of seed is a new bird.
For example, because this bowl has 4 different types of birdseed, we'll say that there are 4 different bird species living here.
This is bowl 1, the closest, and this is bowl 5, the furthest. As you can see, the bowls that are further away from the mainland have less species variation. This shows that as we get further from the mainland, the species are less diverse.
By having less genetic diversity, it's difficult for a species to grow and thrive. Genetic diversity is important to keep a population healthy and strong.
As you take a look at the closer islands, there's more genetic diversity, making them more similar to the mainland.
Now we're going to take this a step further. The birds on the farthest island won't be able to mate with the birds on the closest island because the distance is just too far.
Because the different species of birds aren't breeding with each other, they will become more and more different over time. They might become so different that they won't be the same species anymore. Thank you for tuning in on our lesson of genetic diversity.
We hope you learned something.